Back. This is the best of 5 grand finals for the OlimoLeague. Currently leading the series 2-1. Spawning in the bottom right corner of the map. Can he close it out on Deadwing from Axiom Esports? It's going to be Crank.
In the upper left, as the red Protoss, it is Yonghwa.
So Crank, I love his response about the hallucinations, but he's one of the few Protoss players we see actively use them. I mean, sometimes you'll see like an Archon, or not Archon, rather a Colossus get hallucinated because you got spare energy coming to the fight. Maybe it looks a little bit different, but I mean, Crank is the one guy who I've seen, and we talked a bit about this before, like in the Easter Team Story Cup especially, make good use of hallucinations. It's really cool to see pushes like that go the way they do. I don't know if this is a map you can really, I mean, this isn't really a Protoss abusable map in PvP. I feel one of the most annoying things is like we had that really passive game last game, but it really led into the fact that like had either player pushed out too early too soon, maybe tried to use blink, it maybe would have taken away too much from the army. But the one thing I would have loved to have seen that I think we'll see this game, I really wanted to see like 4 blink stalkers segmented off, do the harass, snipe off the probe, and then blink out of the main. We've all seen this move before at some point in PvP, and I'm a little shocked we didn't have any of that going whatsoever.
Well, I guess Crank certainly could have last game. But, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they both had blink, right? Which was...
Yeah, but I feel like Crank had control of that game, so Yonghwa was always on the defensive. But
possibly.
Anyways, I guess Crank was just confident and not needing harass, I suppose. But I wonder what we're gonna see here. A lot of PvPs I just feel have been going to like the ace match, and then this is the ace match, but and then just like the weirdest shit happens, like, you know, like, yeah, DTs being the saving grace of a Protoss player. Either they help defend against the one last hurrah, or they are the last hurrah for the player.
Yeah.
You know, Oracle's getting an absurd amount of kills. Just like weird stuff where you're like, oh, it's so hype. Like, Yonghwa, you have one more chance to win. Can you do it? And then Crank like kills like 18 or like probes with an Oracle, and you're like, oh.
Like, oops,
or that, you know, that's okay too.
But 2 different tech paths here. Stargate for Crank, and it's going to be, of course, the Twilight Council here for Yonghwa.
I wonder it's going to be DTs though this time.
I don't know. Blake's just like a safe opener. Like it's one of the, I think, the most catch-alls anyways.
It's a really early Twilight Council.
That is true. Oh my god, if you can sneak the probe, if you can sneak a probe to the north and get a pile of it, it goes DTs, 6 city, right?
Yeah, it's probe though. It's probe. Is he going to see it? Dude, it totally...
Oh, wait, no, I don't think he did. I think those probes pulled, stopped it. No, he did not see it.
Blink.
So... It's gonna be Blink, it's gonna be DTs. He's waiting a long time to get started. Oh, he doesn't have gas, that's why, never mind.
Okay, so we're gonna have to wait on that for a while. What was the point of getting such an early Twilight Council, though? I feel like it's a messed up build. Oh, whatever. Or maybe he was not gonna get warp gate, but then the probe saw it. I don't know. Okay, cool.
Are you a god?
Yes.
Are you a god?
I am so sick at predicting totally 100% guesswork, but whatever.
I know, it's like people, like when I was casting with Todd, he's like, oh, you called the warp prism, that was so sick. And I'm like, well, you gotta get lucky sometime. Like,
you should have just been like, yeah, you know, I knew. Yeah. You know, the probe was over in that position at 12 o'clock when the moon was in the, you know,
13th phase of its 8th cycle. And, but okay, so this could still work out for Crank. As like a DT, especially if this probe gets a pylon up. By the way, if this probe gets a pylon up, it's gonna be so sad. But if this DT thing does work, Crank does at least have detection through the Oracle to possibly deal with it. I love the second probe being brought up, by the way, to totally fake pylons. Oh, that's so sick.
Will the Oracle scout the Dark Shrine?
I don't know, but look at home right now. What are you doing? What are you doing, Crank?
Look at the pylon in Crank's space. This is a big problem.
I know, but like he faked out the probe coming across the map, so if Crank doesn't think to look for it, he's going to.
No, you didn't see it.
He did. He did. Okay, so starts his own Dark Shrine, by the way.
What? Why? Well, okay.
He proxies shit over here.
Yonghwa's not gonna have detection, as absurd as this is. Yonghwa is not gonna get a robo. He delved in the blink.
Yeah,
like,
Crank comes back
how
home.
much gas does he have?
Crank comes back home immediately with this Oracle for Envision action. Before we get too far into this, by the way, people did ask, what are the bets for the series? There's 13,000 points on Yonghwa, 22,000 on Crank. Just kidding, it's 2K and 3K. But anyways, DT does get warped in here. Crank a little bit caught off guard by this pylon.
Run, Sentry, run! You get 2 shot. Okay.
Let's not bring up so ghosty with that knowledge.
Thank you.
Dropping those knowledge bombs.
Thank you.
You dropping knowledge bombs like Cats drops names on Twitter.
What? Wait, did you not see the pylon?
Wait, did he seriously not see? He did see it. What is he doing?
He doesn't notice it
He's
yet.
like, you don't fuck rocks. Like.
No, another DT comes in too.
What, Craig? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Okay, he realized. He realized. That's funny.
See, here's the problem.
But where's Crank's CTs coming? Where are they?
The
Dark Shrine's done.
Over here. Look, calm down.
No, but it, like,
calm down.
If he had done it sooner, Yonghwa like would not have this robo in time.
You know what? That's the thing. Look at this. 2 pylons could get picked off here pretty easily.
2 pylons with 1 DT probably not fast enough.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I thought you warped in 2.
If he had warped in 30 seconds sooner or 2 DTs, I think he would have been able to actually done it. But okay.
He'll start some probe kills. Yonghwa's gonna be like, WTF, I've seen your base, man. How did you get a DT out? So the observer's gonna be chronoed out. This will be no problem. Second DT on the low ground. Going to just go down on these probes as they retreat back to the main. It's like, oh right.
Where did we go? Where did we go?
This is not like a Zeratul DT. Like, he didn't blink. There's like another DT up here waiting still. Gonna find this with the observer. Probes, actually, you know what? This is as silly as to consider. So much lost mining time. He has no income right now. No income, young whatsoever.
I get it. I got it. Crank, yes, he is up by 4 probes, and also, of course, has been mining this entire time.
Such a strange way for this to play out, but nice moves there out of Crank. For Yonghwa and Crank, by the way, like DTs are gonna fall off for now, but one of the greatest things about DTs is they come in really great later on when players forget about that detection, when they forget about DTs being a threat because it's been like 20 minutes since you've seen one. I think the big downside for Crank though is his Dark Shrine is exposed. If this gets scouted, it will completely strip away that ability from him. But the Oracle comes back to the main. Who needs DTs if you got an Oracle? This thing's gonna do a ton of damage too. Force set the overcharge, backs away from this, does get out alive.
And it forced on overcharge. Now Crank probably isn't going to attack anytime soon, but imagine if that would have been the case. That's going to be a macro game for now. I mean, with how this game opened, I thought Yonghwa
reveal this
screwed again, but
oh my god, touch the watchtower. If he touches the watchtower, it actually shows. This is actually the worst place you could have put this, because the watchtower totally reveals this.
You know what, Rifkin? You know, Crank probably like took that into account. You know. So
Crank's
he probably
a smart guy, but I don't think he took that into account.
No, he probably didn't. That was actually probably just a reaction to seeing the Dark Shrine, just throw his own one down. Oops, daisy.
It does lose the Oracle. That kind of sucks a little bit. This thing was such a great utility to have at this point in the game. And Crank never did get too much, I guess, damage done out of it, but still, Vision, Revelations, these were all great things to have. Looks like this Observer will scout the Dark Shrine, and this should prompt Yonghwa to go clean that up for peace of mind, if nothing else. Like, just strip the ability to make DTs completely out of the game.
I think that would be worth it. Of course, if he moves out with his Blank Stalkers, nothing can kill the DT that's Crank's keep hoping in.
That's a good point, yeah. Crank playing some like Splinter Cell stuff right now, trying to dodge like the lights. The Observer does find the DT though, so that's gonna get picked off here. But you know, the probe lead has been kind of close at this point, 43 to 46. Crank, I guess, a little bit hit on tech because he's going for the Robo Bay. Like I said, Colossus just seemed to be the ultimate point in this matchup. Like, you don't have to go massive Colossus, and if you get too many, as we've seen, sometimes actually works against you, but just by being able to make Colossus when his opponent can't, this is going to give Crank a discernible lead moving here into the late game. Oh, never mind. Here comes the Robo Bay out of Yonghwa. I was a little bit curious how long he was going to wait for that.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's not far behind. Does take out the Pylon and the Dark Shrine. So, it is a, you can, you know, heave a sigh of relief. Not having to worry about putting too many cannons down or always having an observer with you know, like a third or your fourth. But, you know, sometimes if people think that they're really far behind with Colossus, they do go for the double Robo. Yonghwa is actually not that far behind. In fact, he's up in supply right now, even on probes, finally. And just, you know, 10 supply ahead when it comes to the army value. Not sure how, as he's the one who, like, was scouted, and then I thought for sure he was going to, like, get a lot of kills from the DT because he didn't have detection. But again, he just pulls, like, you know, an even game out of nowhere. Well, maybe not nowhere, but surprisingly even game.
Nowheresville, population him.
No, Nowheresville, population 3.
Population.
Courage and what's her face?
What's her face? Yeah, that one girl everybody knows.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh.
Did you never watch that?
No.
They live in the middle of nowhere. No? Muriel, that's what her name is.
Why would his name be Courage if he's a cowardly dog? That just seems so oxymoronic.
You know what? Courage the Cowardly Dog is actually an alien. I never watched the end of
Wow,
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
spoilers, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's like 10 years old, but whatever. But I never knew, so I just looked it up on Wikipedia. I thought that was hilarious. He has an origin story other than he was a dog abandoned as a puppy. Anyways, both players going for double robo. So double robo.
All the way. So Crank's taking, I mean, they're both going for that third. We're both going to see, we are, I mean, I kind of said, like, I hope we get to see at least one late game out of both these two. We will in the series. Whether this goes in the favor of Yonghwa or Crank, though, comes down heavily to positioning. I can't stress this enough. Losing that Oracle early on really sucks. You can hallucinate all day, but Oracles with their Revelation tags, it's just, it's unbeatable when it comes to trying to predict where your opponent's movements are going to be. There's going to be some layering in the army here, and it's really worth noting. Crank actually doesn't have the best layering in his army. He's gone so fast to the Colossus. Like, well, he does have 3 out, and that's great. There's nothing really buffer for them. Stalkers for Yonghwa, a little bit useless at this stage of the game as well. And Yonghwa is... Wait. That's got to be a mistake. What? He's still got one.
You didn't kill your own Dark Shrine. You know that, right, Yonghwa?
Yonghwa! What are you doing? Okay.
Anyways.
It's for that double DT tech, you know?
What else would you hide there? Like a Stargate? Like what?
Why would you? Yeah, exactly. Like there's nothing to proxy this late in the game. He's intentionally doing this because I guess he thought he lost it or something. But like,
you didn't kill your Dark Shrine.
What if Young was like? Okay, hang on, hear me out. Like, what if Young was like an art thief, right? Like you steal the painting, but you like leave a clue behind so they know it's you, but without giving away who you are. So like Yonghwa wins this game, and you're like, Crank, go back in this replay and look at this. It's like my signature here in the bottom left corner of the map. I don't know. I can't explain it.
This Dark Shrine I put down just so you know that was the moment where I knew I would win this game.
Stargate.
I was gonna go to Tempest. I like this actually.
But he's already able to make a fleet beacon and he hasn't.
Oh well, he should probably do that too. That's true.
I guess these both players doing things that are making me go, what? Have I ever seen PvP? This is my first time in StarCraft 2.
Oh, was it a mistake? Did he cancel it?
I need some Destiny coaching.
Did cancel it.
Okay, did cancel it. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not bad to have 2 Stargates double pump the Tempests.
No, it's not. But you gotta have the fleet beacon first, right? Like, what's the point?
Definitely, yes, that's true. But you could always put it down now. But you know, whatever. He's gonna get to it eventually once the 3 base economy really starts kicking in. I guess there was a counterattack, like zealots and stuff in Yonghwa's natural. You know.
Does that pylon reach over? There's no way.
No.
So here's one thing for the Tempest guys. This is gonna be huge. For Crank, this will let him pick fights. Colossus are classified as air units, so they do take the bonus versus massive, versus air. So I mean, those Colossus are gonna go down so quickly to the Tempest of Crank if he can get them out in time. But I think he should be able to get these out in relative ease.
Yeah. It's always a little scary. But,
if Yonghwa recognizes this, though, he can still and may go for his own Tempest. I mean, it's going to be much later, of course, but with how passive both players are playing, it's not like Crank is pushing anytime soon. Like, he's starting to move out, but this is hardly the move in and attack force. Not until the Tempests are out.
Yonghwa really go for his own Tempests. It'd be fitting to see if this is the last game. Of course, it's actually not the ace match, and I keep forgetting that. To have like this 200-200 mass Tempest.
This Zealot's gonna find the Dark Shrine and be like, what?
Crank, say something in chat. Do it. Oh, darn it. Okay, fine.
Okay. So this, I like the War Prism a lot. 4 DTs in this, I think it's gonna be the craziest unload of all time. And Crank's not gonna be ready for this. He's got like a cannon down, and that's okay. But the cannon's gonna go down so quickly to the DPS of those Dark Templar. But Zealots do manage to get over here on the north base. I didn't even realize Crank had snuck out his own War Prism. So charging around the map right now, he's actually cleaning up quite a few probes himself. 8 workers dead so far here. Poor Yonghwa was not ready for this attack as he was setting up his own War Prism while this was going on.
Excuse me. I'm feeling good for Crank. You know, I thought Yonghwa actually scouted the Tempest, but maybe I was wrong. He said in Hallucinated Phoenix when we talked about the double Stargate. No, okay, yeah, you know he scouted it.
I like chat, by the way, trying to rationalize the Dark Shrine too. They're like, when Dark Shrine, it rhymes, technically.
Okay, my question has been answered. Yonghwa is gonna go up to his own double Stargate.
Okay, so yeah, he has to match Tempest Productions.
I was about to say, like, the only way you deal with your opponent's Tempest is getting like a really great concave or surround.
Isn't that so stupid though? Like, so here's the dynamic of the game. Like, Blink Stalkers are the worst thing to have in the late game, but they're also the only thing that's really gonna deal with this at all. Because, like, oh well, the warp system goes down. That really sucks for Crank actually. But yeah, like, okay, so if you don't have Colossus, you lose the game. If you don't have Tempest, you lose the game. Both players have what they need, but who's gonna fight this a little bit better? Crank taking a good start to the fight because he gets some free shots off on all those Colossus, but he's not spread out. His Colossus are so clumped. But his opponent's just losing way too fast to the Tempest fire. Yonghwa not gonna have time to get his own Tempest out. He's in a lot of danger. Goes for a counterattack, unloads all those DTs from earlier. He is gonna be shredding the base of Crank apart. Crank's gonna lose those upgrades, which kind of sucks. But if it comes down to a base raise, this army takes down bases much faster than 4 DTs.
Like all 3 Tempests shoot that poor one observer. They like vaporize.
That's what we like to call overkill in the business.
A little bit, yeah. Yonghwa thinking that maybe this counterattack can do like game-ending damage, but that
I mean, DTs have really high damage. There's no disputing that. But as we see, Crank's starting to get his own defenses up, and he'll be able to eventually push this back. Awkward Templar is awkward, but
don't get stuck there, you stupid Templar. Seriously? Yep.
Archons, I feel like, are parents. the Templar kids, they just like smack them down. Oh my goodness. Is there no observer here in the front lines? That's a big question.
There's 2. No, that's actually Yonghwa.
With the Colossus though.
Yeah, there's a.
He's gonna use the Reaper Cliff. He's using the Reaper Cliff to escape. Amazing! Crank with the skills to pay the bills moves towards the main. If he takes out the Stalkers, there's nothing to stop the Tempest. The Tempest will just sit in the air all day shooting forever. Yonghwa's lost pretty much everything he has going for him on this side of the map. Crank's still warping a ton more zealots, and quite frankly, he's gonna be able to brute force this. He's still mining efficiently. Yonghwa's lost pretty much everything at this point. This natural base. Yo, I think we're about to crown our 3rd OlimoLeague champion. And the tinfoil hats go on, guys. The drama on Reddit needs to start right now, where Olivia is secretly funding all the money from the OlimoLeague into Axiom players. First Alicia, now Crank. Who's next? Ryung? Heart? Impact? Where does it stop?
With Impact, because there's only like 5 players on there.
Maybe it goes full circle? Shut up. Congratulations to Crank, though. He will win this week's OlimoLeague. Be our champion. The protest that we need, the protest that we deserve. So huge